exciting news. The squid crab octopus thing has been charged. Let's see how it goes. He's not even looking at it. Woohoo! I wish you could have it without the music, but it's like poking her. Okay, we're done. Look what Flynn did. You did the F all by yourself.
No, let's try to do it again.
Okay, let's try to do it again. Good job! Look at that F. You're so good at that. I can't believe it. The smartest little boy in the
Now
world.
let's do this.
And F is for?
Flynn.
Flynn. What else?
Forklift.
Forklift.
Food.
Food, yes! He came up with that on his own! Food, you're so smart! What else? Feather.
Feather.
And
Fish.
fish, yeah, good.
And then let's
Smarty Pants McGee over
And
here.
then Mom do
I just taught him an F and he already can like draw by like in 5 minutes.
Mom,
I'm
do
like,
the
what's going on?
wheel.
Alrighty,
This.
bye guys. You making him laugh, Flynn? Holy smokes. Hi, you. Good boy. Yeah. Whoa. It's time for more packages. I actually got a very exciting package today. I definitely am not allowed to show you yet, but I really want to. I'll tell you. I'm not supposed to tell you this. You want to open some with me? So I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but I got my new merch today. I'm not supposed to show it to you either, but you know me, I probably won't end up showing it to you. But it comes out at the beginning-ish, middle-ish of next month. I'm not quite sure, but I'm very excited about it. I think you guys are gonna love it. All right, let's open this up. This looks like it might be shoes or something. Oh, it is shoes, it's mommy shoes. Ooh, just some plain high top Converse. I love my low top V's. They're like falling apart, I wear them so much. I glued this together and it didn't stay, but they're so dirty and just falling apart already. So I went to get more of these, but then I found these and I was like, these are funsies, so I got these. You like them?
Yeah.
What's in this one, do you think? Oh, I think this is for Flynn. Do you want to hold that trash or you want to put it in here?
Ladybug shoes.
Ladybug shoes! Running ladybug shoes that make you run and jump really fast and really high, and they have ladybugs on them.
No, but look inside of them.
Balloons!
Balloons.
That's the part he likes. Do you like your shoes?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Should we try them on? Look at these ladybug shoes. Holy smokes, those are cool. Let's see how fast you run in them. What? They squeak?
Did you know that?
No! So when you run, they squeak?
Yeah.
Try again. I did not know that when I bought them. That's really funny. So, Eric is at a work dinner, and so we're having a little mommy kiddo alone time night tonight. So I'll be eating my dinner on the floor next to the babies rolling around. We're watching a cartoon. Well, Flynn's watching a cartoon. The babies are not. Just hanging out before bath time and cuddles. I thought I would share with you guys what I got. Let's see if I can do it without the babies eating it all. So they're gonna try to get to it. All right, so I got some broccolini. Yum. I also got mac and cheese. It's a very fancy mac and cheese with like peas and chicken and Gruyere cheese. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. So I feel very fancy eating my fancy mac and cheese while sitting on the floor with babies rolling around, drooling and barfing on me, and I'm sure there's a dirty diaper nearby. This is so good, yummy. You guys, I'm so excited. We're about to announce more tour dates for next year and stuff, but make sure to get your tickets for the shows this year if you haven't already. We're going to Houston, San Antonio, New Haven, Boston, Anaheim, Atlanta, DC, a lot of fun cities, more to come. I don't know when this happened, guys, but look. just baby puke on my pants. No idea. That happened while we were talking, so I don't know if I caught it on camera, but at some point, I'm assuming Wesley barfed on my pants. See you later. Hi everyone, babies are bathed and asleep. Coco came over and he played with Flynn while I put the babies to bed, which was really nice. And now everyone's asleep. I'm all alone in the house, which is really weird because I'm never alone, I'm always with Eric. And I am gonna make some brownie pudding because I can't not bake things at night. So 2 cups of sugar, 4 eggs. Now I'm gonna whisk this for 5 to 10 minutes, and while that's happening, I'll get all the other ingredients ready. I'm gonna melt 2 sticks of butter, or 1 stick because I'm using this kind. This is my favorite kind of butter. It's expensive though. You're supposed to melt it over a stove top, but I just do it in the microwave because I'm really fancy. Now I'm gonna mix a 1/2 cup of flour with 3/4 cup of baking cocoa powder, unsweetened. Learned that the hard way. I'm using Ghirardelli chocolate today, which I'm really excited about because this is fancy and expensive, and I usually use the cheap stuff, so I feel fancy. Mix that together. And once my egg and sugar mixture is all fluffy after like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna put in this and the cooled down melted sticks of butter and like a teaspoon of vanilla. You just kind of fold that all in. Not many ingredients, but very delicious outcome. We still have 4 minutes for that to mix, so I'm gonna clean up a little bit in the living room and answer some tortilla questions. Look at my living room. Look at it. It always looks like this. It's like literally never clean. Anyway, you guys asked a lot of questions, so I thought I'd answer some. Tortilla question, are your kids allergic to anything? And if they are allergic, how will you react? How do you notice the allergy reactions? Are my kids allergic to anything? Not that I know of. And how would I know if they're allergic to something? Well, that's one of the very fun things about parenting, is that you just kind of live in fear always. Because you don't know if your kid's allergic to anything, and the only way to find out if they're allergic to something is if they have an allergic reaction to something, which is really scary. But yeah, pretty much you just look out for rashes. And so right now the babies are trying new foods every day. Well, not every day, every 3 days. And that's scary to me because I'm paranoid and I think everything is gonna give them an allergic reaction. So every time you try a new food, you give it like a few days of a buffer to see if they have an allergic reaction to that new food. With Flynn, I was a lot more paranoid and thought everything was an allergic reaction, but now I'm a little bit more chill about it. But so far, they're not allergic to anything, which is great. Tortilla top question. Since the twins are older, do you think that they have started to look more alike? No, not at all. I think the twins look nothing alike. I mean, there's some times where I'll take a picture of them and they'll be making some facial expression. And I'm like, oh, they kind of look alike here. But generally, I don't think the twins look alike at all. I feel like they kind of look related sometimes, but not really. I think Wesley and Flynn look a lot alike. And sometimes I think Maisie looks like Flynn, but I don't think Flynn and I don't think Maisie and Wesley look alike. Do you think Maisie or Wesley will start walking first? Also, when do you think you'll react to the psychic reading of the twins? I'll probably wait till they're about a year old because I remember her talking a lot about like what their personalities are going to be like, and I feel like they're only just now really starting to get big personalities, so I kind of want to wait till they're more personality-ish before I react to that, so it's going to be a while. As far as like walking and milestones and stuff, I think Wesley is going to kind of do everything before Maisie. That's like his thing. He always does everything before Maisie. I mean, he literally started off that way. Like he started out in this world coming out first. Maisie wasn't ready. I mean, technically Wes wasn't ready either, but he still broke his water and came out. But pretty much everything with the twins, Wesley is a good indicator that something's coming up with Maisie. So Wesley got his tooth first, a few weeks later, Maisie got her first tooth. Wesley started sitting up, a few weeks later, Maisie started sitting up. Wesley right now is scooting around on the ground like crazy, and Maisie just kind of lays there right now, but I know in a couple weeks she'll be rolling around, scooting around, and he'll probably already be crawling. I think Maisie is a lot like Flynn in that way. Flynn as a baby, and still now as a 3-year-old, has always been very cautious, and he does things when he's ready. And I feel like Maisie's like that a lot, whereas Wesley's just kind of like, if I can sit up, I'm gonna sit up. I don't care if I fall down. I gotta check on my eggs. Okay, so my egg mixture is frothy, so I'm going to add my flour mixture. Water slowly. Next, I'm going to add the vanilla and the melted butter. Dang it, I forgot to turn the oven. 325. So you just want this to mix until it's combined. You don't want to like over mix. So you want to butter the bottom of a little dish. This is Ina Garden's brownie pudding recipe, by the way. I've told you guys this a million times. I feel like I've shown you guys this recipe a million times, so I don't know if I'm doing it again, but it is what it is. I'm gonna pour this into my dish. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm gonna put this dish in this dish. Sorry, it's so dark. I cannot figure out this new camera. I need to figure out the settings. I'm sure that it's like grainy again. I can't tell if it's like the crappy quality or if it looks like it's being filmed on a potato or not, but anyway, I'll have to fix later. You want the hottest tap water you can get, and what I'm gonna do is fill this halfway with really hot tap water and then put it in the oven for an hour. And then what you get is like a hard shell top and like gooey middle bottomness, and it's so good. Amy said, tortilla talk question, do Maisie and Wesley have an animal picture that they gravitate towards like Flynn had with Eduardo? So yes, there was a little picture of an elephant that Flynn was obsessed with when he was a baby, and he named it Eduardo. It's actually right over here. This is Eduardo. So he was obsessed with this little picture of Eduardo, and so my friend Anthony actually had it made into a stuffed animal for him, and he loves it. Actually, the babies love this too. Anyway, no, the babies don't have like a picture or something that they gravitate towards. They do have toys that they prefer. Maisie really likes Sophie the giraffe, which is like a baby toy that's very popular. And Wesley just loves that Jolly Jumper. Oh my gosh, and dogs. Wesley loves animals, but mostly dogs. Maisie's favorite thing in the world is Flynn, honestly. Like that's the thing that makes Maisie smile and laugh the most is Flynn. Rachel asked, are there any personality traits that Flynn has that you see in the babies? Any traits of yours or Eric's? In the babies, I see a lot of Flynn in both of them and their personalities. I think Maisie is more like Flynn in her personality, and Wesley is more like Flynn in the things he enjoys and likes. So Wesley loves dogs, just like Flynn loves dogs. They react the same way to dogs. Wesley loves the Jolly Jumper the same way that Flynn loves the Jolly Jumper. Maisie doesn't really care that much about dogs, and she doesn't really like the Jolly Jumper. Wesley loves water the same way that Flynn loved water. So they have the same kind of interests as the other, but Maisie's personality is way more like Flynn's. She's cautious, she's funny. You can tell she's always thinking about things and like really studying things that she's looking at, whereas Wesley will just like play with a toy. Maisie like wants to inspect the toy and look at it, and Flynn was like that. And like I was talking about earlier, she's much more cautious, like how Flynn was too. So that's how they are in their personalities and whatever, like Flynn. And as far as like what they're like me and Eric, I don't know, they're a little too young to really know like if anything in their personalities matches up with me and Eric. But Maisie is like 0 to 100, and she always has been, and that's very me. Like when she's sad, she's like really sad, and when she's angry, she's really angry, and when she's happy, she's really happy, and it goes like that. She could be like, ah! And then 1 second later be like, ha ha. Well, I think the living room is clean enough, but there was one more comment that I wanted to read that I really liked. Well, actually there's 2 more. I love your guys' comments. Schleble, that's literally what it says, Schleble, said, we've been using your chicken casserole recipe since quarantine and we love it. We call it Colleen's casserole. And my husband actually requested it for his birthday dinner tonight. Thank you so much for sharing your recipes with us. Side note, do you think Maisie will be strawberry blonde or ginger? First of all, that makes me so happy that you like my chicken casserole recipe. I haven't made that in a long time. I should make it again. And I just think it made my heart so happy that you literally in your home, like you, in your own life, living on your own world, somewhere not near me, you randomly to your husband will be like, do you want Colleen's casserole tonight? Like, I don't know why, I just love that. I think that's so sweet. So I'm glad you guys like it, and happy birthday to your husband. So that was really sweet. And Maisie's hair, to me, it's not my hair. Like, she literally has nothing of me. And a lot of comments were saying Maisie looks like me. She does not. A lot of comments were like, look at baby pictures of Colleen. Maisie looks like Colleen. She literally looks nothing like me. I swear to you, she looks nothing like me. Wesley and Flynn look a lot alike. Maisie, I think, looks very much like the girls on the Stockland side. If you saw pictures of like the Stockland women, you'd be like, oh, Maisie looks just like them, which I love because they're all very pretty and wonderful. So like, that makes me very happy. There are people with like strawberry blonde and like more auburny reddish hair on his side of the family. And since she looks so much like those people, I feel like she might have like a strawberry colored hair, because if she had my hair, I was very hairy as a kid. I had very thick hair always from birth, and Flynn did too. So I think Flynn kind of has my hair. Like, he's gonna have like curly wavy hair. I don't know about Wes, he's kind of in the middle, but like Maisie literally has no hair. And I was not like that. So I don't think she has my hair. I think she's not gonna have hair like mine. So I don't know, we'll see what she gets. But yeah, that comment made me really happy. And then this comment made me so happy, I like could have cried. And this is what I'm gonna end on. Mike said, Colleen is so emotionally expressive that watching her helps me feel more comfortable with my own emotions. This comment, funny enough, made me almost cry. I am very emotional, as you guys have seen. I'm a very emotional person, and you guys have created a space for me where I feel comfortable enough sharing my emotions and being vulnerable with you. So I appreciate that so much because it helps me so much. I feel like it helps my mental health so much to be able to talk about what I'm going through and my emotions and all that. But it's also something that I've always been made fun of for. Like, I've always been told, like, if you ask anyone who knows me, anyone in my family and friends, anyone who's ever come across me, they're like, oh, Colleen's so dramatic. And they like talk about how I'm super dramatic, super emotional. I cry a lot. Like, not like make fun in a mean way. It's just something people always like kind of poke at me for. And so it's something I've always, like, in my life, always been kind of insecure about until you guys created this space for me where I feel like it's okay for me to do that sometimes. And it's something that I really want and hope for the future of men. A lot of times boys are taught to suppress their emotions and their feelings. They're taught that emotions are tears or being vulnerable is weak. And girls, it's more embraced with girls. Girls are allowed to cry a little bit more than boys are typically. Just society in general has taught boys that they gotta be men, man up, or, you know, don't be such a pussy, which actually means that you're the strongest thing in the world, because after I've birthed children, I'm like, whoa, the pussy, that's the strongest thing in the world. Anyway, the point is, people always tell little boys to not express their emotions and to not be vulnerable because it makes them weak. And in order to be a man, you can't be weak, and you're weak if you do those things, if you cry, if you're vulnerable or whatever. So that's something that I try really hard to teach my kids, that it's okay to express your emotions and be vulnerable and cry if you need to cry and be angry if you need to be angry and be happy if you need to be happy, and express those things and talk about them and let them come out. And that makes you strong. It makes you strong to be able to talk about your feelings. And so to see that a guy named Mike said that me expressing my emotions helps him to feel more comfortable with his own emotions, that was like one of the best comments I've read in a really long time. It made me really happy to see that me just talking about my feelings and crying a lot has helped other people to feel like they can cry if they need to cry, and they can express their emotions if they need to express their emotions. That means so much to me because I think it is so important, and I think it is a big reason why a lot of people, me included, have struggled with mental health. It's not the reason, but it can definitely not be helpful to mental health when you're suppressing all your emotions and your feelings. That's so important to mental health, in my opinion, to be able to express how you feel, get those emotions and feelings out, feel them, talk about them, and have them validated, and have someone hear you and listen to you. It's so important. And so to know that, like, me just talking about my feelings, which is something you guys allow me to do to help me with my mental health, that is making some guy out there say that it's making him more comfortable with his emotions, and that just made me really happy. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that comment. You made my day. And yeah, I'm going to eat some brownie pudding and wait for Eric to come home and then go to bed. But I love you guys, and thanks for watching. And I feel like I talked for way too long at the end of this video, so this is probably the longest video ever. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, love you guys. See you tomorrow.
You can relax. Colleen and Eric have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.